Hi, Queen. It's Melissa Knox Brunson of thequeencode.com. And today I want to start my message off by simply telling you this. Queen, you are a leader. You are a bona fide leader with the extraordinary power to be legendary. And you know that. Deep inside, you know that. That's one of the reasons why you're watching this video right now. Because deep inside, you know that you were destined for greatness. You know that there's more out there for you, and you're searching for that. You're searching for your throne, your seat of power, that place where you belong. You're searching for your destiny. Queen, you are a leader with the power to be legendary. And today I want to share with you one of the secrets of not only successful leaders, but of great, powerful, and legendary queens. I believe in studying the greats to become greater. And about a decade or so ago, I developed this hobby of studying great queens of antiquity. And I came across many queens, but there was one in particular that really impressed me and that made a huge impact on my life. And her name was Makeda, and she was the Queen of Sheba. Now, Sheba would be modern day Ethiopia and the surrounding regions. So Sheba was this huge, vast empire. And one thing that's really important to note about Ethiopian queens in this period, which was, thousands of years ago, is that these Ethiopian queens were independent rulers, meaning they had the power to ascend to the throne without marrying a king. And so Makeda, the Queen of Sheba, this legendary Queen of Sheba, she was everything that you would think a great and powerful queen to be. She was very virtuous, she was beautiful, she was prosperous, very, very wealthy queen. She was an astute businesswoman, very smart, and above all else, she was wise. She was very, very wise. One of the things that really struck me about this woman is that she had a very interesting ability to surround herself with people who were just as great as she was. She surrounded and aligned herself with excellence. Everywhere in her story, you see where she is always creating alliances with other great and powerful individuals. And one of these alliances she's actually known for. When you read the historical accounts of Makeda, or even the biblical accounts of Makeda, because she is in the Bible, it always talks about that one alliance that she made with the king of Jerusalem, King Solomon. And actually in the Bible, the account is at First Kings, and is where they tell the story of the Queen of Sheba visiting Solomon. They say, when the Queen of Sheba heard about the fame of Solomon and his relationship with the Lord, she came to Solomon to test him with hard questions. Arriving at Jerusalem with a very great caravan, with camels carrying spices, large quantities of gold and precious stones, she came to Solomon and talked with him about all that was on her mind. Solomon answered all of her questions because there was nothing too hard for the king to explain to her. When the Queen of Sheba saw all the wisdom of Solomon and the palace that he had built, the food on his table, basically all the splendor of Solomon, she was very, very impressed. The account goes on to say that she gave Solomon 120 talents of gold, which in our standards would be like $4 million. And this was, thousands of years ago, like almost 3,000 years ago. She gave him 120 talents of gold, large quantities of spices, and precious stones. Never again were so many spices brought in as the Queen of Sheba gave to King Solomon. So you're talking about a woman who was absolutely great in her own right. She gifted Solomon with large amounts of wealth. She was equally as wise, but she wanted more wisdom. She understood the power of aligning herself with other great individuals. Even Jesus gives her her props in the New Testament when he says, even the Queen of Sheba traveled from the ends of the earth because she heard of the wisdom of Solomon, and look, one greater than Solomon is here. So when you look at the story of this woman from King Solomon to everyone in her court, she always surrounded herself and aligned herself with people of greatness. She always created alliances with people of greatness. And Queen, the same is true for me, for you and I. You know, it's really important to note that our relationships, whether they are personal relationships or professional relationships, it's really important to note that those relationships are mirror images of where we currently are. One of the great guys of our time, Jim Rohn, he always says that, you know, you are the average of the 5 people that you hang around the most. So, Queen, what I would ask you is, who's in your court? Who are the people that you're aligning yourself with? Because we know it's universal principle that excellence attracts excellence. Greatness attracts greatness. It's universal principle that much gathers more. So, Queen, even though you have the power to be this great leader, even though you're great all by yourself, when you begin to join forces with other great individuals, when you begin to surround yourself with other people of greatness and excellence, Queen, you become legendary. That's my message for you today. And in the meantime, I want you to go over to www.thequeencode.com because I have a free gift for you there. It's a free audio called Queen, You Were Born to Succeed, because you absolutely were. So I want you to go over and get that free audio. And in that audio, you're going to find out if you're the mogul queen, if you are the messenger queen, or the warrior queen. You could be 1, 2, or all 3. Who knows? So go to that website, www.thequeencode.com, and claim your free gift, and I'll talk to you soon.